Hello.
Oh, you are here then?
Yeah.
I've gallivanted around the Emerald Isle like
No.
some sort of weird leprechaun, you.
I went away to Ireland to see relatives for 2 weeks, but now I'm back. It's a good thing nothing interesting happened in the news, isn't it?
Nah, nothing at all. In fact, I honestly can't remember half of what happened just before you went to be
Well,
able to determine exactly how long, like what's been missed.
we'll soon rectify that. But we're back with Blazing Emerald. So yes, do you remember our team?
uh, I never cared enough to remember.
No, of course you fucking didn't, even though you named them
Gobble
all.
gobble. I only named them because you don't have the creative streak to
I was
do it
giving
yourself.
it to you. I was giving you the opportunity to. You're very loud in my ear.
Am I? Am
Yeah.
I haven't. I literally stopped saying anything. So.
I know, but you were when you were talking, which is what I was
Alright.
referring to. But we're back, viewer slash listener. I hope you missed us, even though it's not been any time at all for you,
I didn't miss us, let
thanks
alone
to
like.
he's lying.
Why would they miss us if I don't?
Because
Well, they're fools. I'm eating chicken. If anyone hears me chewing on chicken, that's what it is.
dirty,
Uh, I,
dirty.
I just love that chicken. Why
Get
is
the
my phone
fuck
not
out here,
charging?
Cocleon.
Go on, do your bit about your holiday because that'll give me 10 minutes to
Well, it
speed
was all
away.
right. I didn't do an awful lot, but I stayed with my nan and we went through loads of photos, which was kind of interesting.
There was one photo you showed me that I found genuinely interesting. Can you guess which one it is?
No, all the Derry go on.
That's the one, but there we go. It was blackboard or
Uh,
whiteboard or whatever it was.
well, I didn't share any others with you, but and we saw well, I went to the Ulster Museum, which is great, by the way. If any of you are in Belfast, let's just check it out. They have a great exhibition on the Troubles and some Spanish Armada stuff in there as well, which is great.
It really does. It really does downplay the situation to call it the troubles,
I know it's
doesn't
such a
it?
quaint name for such a bloody soul-destroying conflict.
Yeah.
Um,
That's just like the Great War.
yes, but my nan's aunt and uncle were killed in a historically significant IRA terrorist attack, and they have the front page newspaper for that in the museum, and it was very strange seeing that, to be honest. Oh, this is gonna get on my fucking tits. Right, you see how I
I
can't
only know
get through
about.
there?
No, yeah.
Do you know why that is?
Is it because it's blocked off by invisible stuff?
No, it's not meant to be invisible. It's because it's all glitchy. The video quality isn't great. You can't see that gate fully,
Oh.
so that's going to be annoying. But yes, I had a good time.
Only one family member of mine, as far as I'm aware, has ever been in any sort of newspaper articles,
Yeah,
excluding myself. I've been in newspapers before.
well,
From that time, I ran for the council
yes.
and didn't succeed because I
Jordan,
was
would you
never
like to
going
hear a
to.
joke?
Is it my political career?
No.
Is it? Oh, go on then.
What do you call 5 billionaires at the bottom of the Atlantic Ocean?
You call them your chum.
A good start. That was a
So you want
seg.
to you want to move on to the Titan sub
Yes, that was
conversation.
my
Have you
segue.
been? That's actually something I'd rather discuss first, if that's okay. It is on my list
I
of things,
wish
but
you'd fucking do it before I start.
we were talking.
You
What you did was you asked me if I want to hear a joke. There was no indication you were going to start a proper topic.
Yeah.
This is something that I'm surprised you haven't mentioned first.
Well, maybe you'd let me finish the topic I started on, and then we could go back.
Oh well,
Do you think, perhaps?
I thought that you would care more about this.
Oh, for God's sake! It just breaks it up. Do you not see where I'm coming from? I've
What?
started, and you're not letting me finish. Fine, fine. We'll double back. Go on. What's the topic?
So you know that Titan sub? No, in all
Uh,
seriousness, they found Julian Sands, didn't they?
yes, I was going to mention that as well. Yes,
And I, because you were so it was such an interesting thing to you that when it was kicking off, I thought it was incredibly important that we come down to that first.
well, it wouldn't have been first, but it would have been on the list.
Well,
But
I'm just
yes,
saying, you
as
were
m-
genuinely concerned for his well-being back when he went missing,
yes, I was, and we definitely would have touched on it.
and we made many conversations about it back at the time.
But I guess we're talking about it now. So, yes, they found Julian Sand's body, which is very sad. Some hikers, as is always the case, apparently stumbled on it. So that's been confirmed, and it's
Always
sad.
hikers or dog walkers, isn't it?
Yes, well, I suppose you dump bodies in places off the beaten track, and I guess hikers and dog walkers are likely to be in those places.
What you should do is you should dump a body somewhere where people are going to find it quicker, because they're not going to expect it.
But
So many people contaminating the crime scene.
Yeah, I really liked him in Jackie Chan Adventures, as I've said before. It's my favourite show from my childhood, and though he was never a big name actor, I still liked him, and I'm sad to hear he died.
I was sad to see that, think it was not a happy ending to the story, but realistically, we knew that, didn't we?
Yeah, we knew that. I'm glad they found his body though, so he could be buried. They had
some manner of closure.
Yes, exactly.
I'll tell you who they can't bury.
I don't know. Would you like to hear a joke?
They can't bury five billionaires.
A good start. Yes, this is, if you've forgotten, the Titan sub disaster, or as I like to call it, Titanic 2. No, that was shit. That was a spur of the moment thing. But there are a lot of similarities, as I pointed out to maybe you or maybe somebody else.
Probably.
You have this idea that we are above nature, this hubris, and rich people. It's about the idea that we have technology that has made us invulnerable to the ocean. And it hasn't. We ignored obvious safety concerns for the sake of money, and now you're jelly.
I've got much more reliable game controllers than they use.
Yeah.
Well,
But yeah. I mean, it would have been quick, but it was probably my favourite news story. I know that sounds weird to say the death of 5 people was my favourite news story, but it was my favourite news story for a long time. Actually, I was very much invested in that because it was a cracking story.
Yeah, I remember you saying that you were looking forward to the Netflix documentaries, and I was saying,
they will.
Probably didn't give a shit.
Not Netflix, but there will definitely be like a 3-hour deconstruction of the entire thing on. Someone will make a YouTube video. But did you hear? There's actually a couple of things I wanted to go into with this, which is why I thought we'd open with it. But oh well. The Sun.
You always get what you want. Let me have it once.
Well, I just wish you. Okay, fair enough. The Sun. Did you hear about this? The son of the stepson of one of the people on board.
Went to the Blink 182 concert.
Yes, and it turned out he was quite an interesting character in his own right. He was like arrested for harassing or stalking this girl. And then he was like asking some Instagram model to sit on his face or something. I don't know, but it was just a weird figure who popped up on the outside of this story, which sort of adds to the whole intriguing nature of everything.
It was an inside job. Water pressure doesn't break carbon fiber submarines.
But one of the things I saw recently was an article about. I don't know whether you saw this. I hope you didn't, because I'm going to ask you what it was to guess.
Okay.
But there was a distasteful Subway advert that was sort of riffing on the whole thing, and I'm wondering if you can guess what that little slogan was that was put up in a local Subway, not as part of the national chain, but as a local.
Is it going to be something about how these subs can handle the pressure or something stupid like that?
Well, that would be much better.
Okay.
I have to say, this is the laziest thing, the laziest possible answer to that question.
Oh well, so because I put some actual thought into it, I've done more work than they.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. This is terribly lazy. I mean, I
would accept being wrong then.
I could think of lots of things. Well, a few things, but
something.
Their slogan was "Our subs won't implode."
That's terrible.
That's shit, isn't it? There's nothing there.
You know.
Surely, you'd want like let the flavour implode in your mouth or something.
Yeah.
You know.
You know.
But no, they've really gone downhill since Jared got arrested. Not that I'm saying he shouldn't have gotten arrested.
Hang on, who are we talking about?
So Jared Fogle.
I don't know who that is.
You don't know who Jared Fogle is?
I know so many names. I can't place them all.
He was the guy who was really big in college, and he apparently lost weight because he ate only Subway. He was on a Subway diet. He lost huge amounts of weight, and he became their spokesman. And he would go around schools, encouraging children to step into his trousers that were now, big enough for like two of them to fit in one leg.
I mean, if that's not a paedophile situation, what's going on here?
Well,
that's not comfortable. I'm just saying, that's a red flag, Ben.
Well, you were
What did
right.
you get arrested for?
What do you think?
It wasn't smuggling puppies, was it?
No, it was exactly what you said.
See, there were so many red flags there.
But
like,
he was
right off the bat.
But Jared was huge, literally and metaphorically.
So was Jimmy Savile. Well, metaphorically huge.
See, this is the shit I hate. Now I've got to see if I can fucking remember from childhood how these things go. Mercifully, I can.
Because you're a nerd.
Right, let's fucking raw dog it.
Thinking about the Titan sub.
Oh, sorry. I just want to When I was a kid, I got Pokemon Ruby when I was in Ireland for my birthday. And being a stupid kid, I played through it with my starter, which was Trico, and then evolved into a Sceptile. And that's a grass type. And Winona uses flying types, which is super effective against grass types. And I had such a fucking difficult time against this bitch. I cried out of frustration.
That'll do it.
I mean, I could, pure brute force my way through some of them, but one of hers is part dragon, and one of hers is part steel. It won't be in this version, but one of hers was part steel, and both of those are immune to, or not immune, but they heavily resist grass types, which meant I struggled a lot. So Winona has always sort of been a standout in the Hoenn region gym leader roster for that reason. So yes.
Winona is the performing artist who has done my favourite cover of an Elvis song.
Really? What was the song? Was it Jailhouse Rock? Hello? He's gone.
See for a moment.
Oh, there we go.
Jailhouse Rock?
Yes.
No.
Was it Blue Suede Shoes?
No.
Was it Are You Lonesome Tonight? He's gone again.
No, I'm still here. You were taking your time to ask.
Was it? I said, was it? Did I say Blue Suede Shoes? Did you hear that?
You did say. I heard Blue Suede Shoes, and I said.
Was it?
You then said, "Are you lonesome tonight?" And before I had a chance to answer, said he's gone again.
No,
so,
I didn't hear. There was a significant pause.
Okay, not at my end.
Okay, well, there was at my end.
Okay. So no,
was
it
it
wasn't
in the ghetto?
Nope.
Was it?
I'm going to give you one more guess because you.
Was it Hound Dog?
No. It was Burning Love.
I've never heard of that.
Well, you were never going to get it then, were you?
No, evidently not.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well, not ideal. I've got a connections round for you.
Oh, lovely. I did think about putting together some sort of game, but I never got round to it.
Ah, well.
So
it's not a great one, but it's gonna.
Oh.
You'll probably get it anyway.
That's
so,
okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Crimean Peninsula.
Right.
Captain Planet. Yeah.
Are these all things the Russians claim they own?
Not to my knowledge. Obviously, they claim to own the Crimean Peninsula.
I don't know. Is that Harry Potter the character or Harry Potter the series?
I'm going to say the series.
Okay. I don't know. Can I have some more, please?
Of course you can. Unabomber.
Okay, Ted
Um,
Kaczynski lives in a cabin in the woods.
Tiger King.
Okay.
And let's go with ISIS.
Well, these are the most Googled terms in a year, the most Wikipedia terms in a year.
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay. Well, Ted Kaczynski was turned in by his family, and Harry Potter was not.
He was taken in by his extended family.
Yes. Mate, are you giving me a hint, perhaps?
No, no.
I don't know. May I have some more, please?
One sec.
Fuck you, Winona.
Kurt Cobain.
Okay, blew his head off. God love him.
MySpace.
Okay.
Cambridge Analytica.
Did they all come into being in the same year? Were they all conceived in the same year?
No, the Crimean Peninsula is way older than all of these other things.
Well, politically, it might have been someone new.
No.
I don't know.
Well, the Crimean Peninsula was invaded by Russia in 2014. Harry Potter, the movie, was released in what? The book was 97, I think.
I know, but
I'm just explaining why that's not it. It's not that.
Okay. Oh, fuck off! This guy, leave me alone. I'm not going to go to your island. Golly, I don't know. May I have some more, please?
Yes, you can.
Thank you.
Y2K,
Okay.
the Boston Marathon bombing,
Right.
and the Iceland volcano.
Are these all things that have been on the cover of Time magazine?
I should think that is not it.
Okay. Not on the cover of Rolling Stone or something.
No, no.
Right. Are these all things blamed for something?
Nope.
Okay. You said this would be terrible, but I'm...
It is.
Okay, I'm going to hate it when I know what the answer is.
Probably.
Okay. Are these all just things you saw on your shelf or something?
Yes, I've got all of those things on my shelf.
You have a book about...
ISIS are sat on my shelf.
Yeah, I always knew you had something to do with it. May I have some more, please?
Yes. The World Trade Center,
Right.
Elon Musk,
Okay.
and the Burj Khalifa.
Well, the Burj Khalifa is like one of the biggest buildings in the world. Elon Musk is an idiot. And the World Trade Centers fell down. There's Nightmare over there. May I have a clue?
These are all present in a song.
Right. That's fucked it. Is it a new version of We Didn't Start the Fire?
It is. It is an updated version of "We Didn't Start the Fire" by Fall Out Boy.
Right.
Obviously, I won't sing the whole thing, but you have entries like Michael Jackson dies, Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man, Trump's 2 impeachments. Obviously, they're presented in ways that sound more lyrical. There was some of it I couldn't really do properly. Like the Trump thing is Trump gets impeached twice. Like if I say it like that, that's clearly You got things like Stranger Things. You got Ever Given, which was the boat that got stuck in the Suez.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that is it. That is
Right.
the connection. I had this on my list as a topic, and then I realised I could make it a connection thing.
Yeah, very good.
The reason I wanted to talk about it is because it's fucking pissed me off.
Why?
Because it's not in order.
That's okay. That's like a really fucking obvious thing. You do it in order, don't you? And you
You do it in order, and they're not in fucking order.
also
the original is not entirely in order, but it is at least mostly in order, right? This is just all over fucking
fuck
stuff
you,
because of
Pat.
lyrics. They just wanted to make it fit the rhyming scheme.
yeah, and also I feel like the the things for the original, the only We Didn't Start the Fire, are so well chosen, like
But I
for
mean,
their
a
historical
lot of these
significance.
things, a lot of these things make sense. Like they've got the Arab Spring in here.
Yeah,
They've got
but
obviously
Robert
Kurt
Downey
Cobain is a
Jr. as Iron Man.
well. That started probably the biggest, most successful movie franchise in history.
I
Then
know, but you couldn't just you couldn't reword that. You couldn't find a
no,
better way to
well,
to say that. You had to say
they don't put the as in there. They put Robert Downey Jr. Iron Man.
okay.
But I can't work out quite how it works. It's the end of the first verse, but it doesn't quite fit right for me in my head.
Yeah.
You got Harry Potter, Twilight, Michael Jackson dies, nuclear accident, Fukushima, Japan. Oh, I don't know. It doesn't work. Oh, that's where it rhymes. That's meant to rhyme with Iron Man, Japan and Iron Man.
Right.
But you got deep fakes, earthquakes, Oklahoma City bomb, Kurt Cobain, Pokemon. So they have put some work
Yeah,
into it, but
that
it's not
works well. I mean,
like
earthquakes is a little generic, I guess, but
Captain Planet, Arab Springs, LA riots, Rodney King. Like they've put bits together that make sense, but for the rhyme, but it's not in order. Just put it in fucking order. Like if you want to do an updated version, do it right. And people are fucking loving this shit. People are so happy with it. They
well,
love it.
it's a testament really to the original song, isn't it, rather than anything else.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just
in
we
my
want
head.
another one of these, and they are very happy they have another one of these.
Yeah. Maybe. I was rewriting in my head some of Bowling for Soup song 1985 to fit a person who enjoys reading 1984, and I couldn't make most of that work, so I gave up.
Oh, I forgot something about my Northern Ireland thing. It's actually on my topic list. I mentioned it to you, in fact.
Oh yeah.
So Northern Ireland is now so poor that there is a bill or a measure being considered to switch off all the street lamps at night. And the news report they had, not one single person had anything positive to say, and every single one of the talking heads mentioned a different issue with it.
Oh, that's good.
Whether it be cars, you're going to have more car accidents, which you will, or disabled people are going to feel a lot less safe, or people in general are going to feel a lot less safe. Crime is going to go up. You know, it's.
I know if they turned the street lights off around here, I'd be much more likely to stab myself instead of someone I'm mugging.
Clumsy.
Butterfingers. But no. Just for the record, I don't mug people. I am not a mugger. I don't own any knives that would be suitable for mugging.
If you try to mug me, I would laugh. I would laugh in your face. I would say, you are clearly going through a difficult time. Do you want to chat?
The only way I would ever try and mug you would be to make you a cuppa.
Ah, that's sweet. I don't drink hot drinks, so the gesture is futile, but thank you.
Oh, I mean, I would offer. People change their minds. You might want to taste my really shit coffee. Because I buy the cheap stuff. Because I don't need the expensive crap that doesn't taste that much better.
You don't strike me as the sort who would.
But, why pay more than you need to for?
Well, no, I mean, I'm sure it tastes lovely, actually. But
the stuff I drink tastes a bit wheaty, to be honest. But that doesn't bother me. I eat Weetabix sometimes.
I suppose you just want the hit, don't you, really?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, shall we talk about the other really big story?
You mean the way Margot Robbie is being touted as the destroyer of worlds?
Is she?
We'll do yours first, and we'll come back to it.
Okay. A little thing went down in Russia.
Oh, that thing.
Yeah, there was a sort of coup.
All about that.
A sort of coup, but not really.
Yeah, 24 hours or something.
Yes, everybody on Twitter was shitting themselves, saying it's finally going down. Holy shit! For those of you that don't remember, because it was a little while ago and it didn't amount to much, as I understand it, a captain of a mercenary company that was being used by the Russians in Ukraine got a bit annoyed with Putin because they weren't being supplied well, and his men were being shelled by Russians as like acceptable losses. What you call it?
Collateral damage.
That's a chappie, yes. Um, so he decided, fuck it, we're marching into Russia. And he took several cities, and it looked like, holy shit, he's going to go straight to the fucking Kremlin. There were rumours, heavily unsubstantiated rumours at the time, which basically everybody pointed out as false, that Putin's private plane had left Moscow, suggesting that he was getting the hell out of Dodge, which it transpired was not the case. Sorry?
Not Dodge, Moscow.
Yeah, okay. So in the end, the guy, I think, was just like paid off. Like Putin cut a deal.
He's basically been exiled, hasn't he?
Has he? I thought he was still in Ukraine.
No, he's been taken to Belarus.
Well, I'm not. Well, I don't know. I think I heard that too, but I think I heard someone say, no, he's in Ukraine, but I'm not entirely sure. This guy who was a hot dog vendor, I think.
That is the most ridiculous way of getting into evil villainry, isn't it? Because let's be honest, he is a bad guy.
Yeah, just because the bad guy is taking out another bad guy, or looks to be taking out a bad guy, does not make him a good guy.
You know, he has, for money, led soldiers into Ukraine to fight the Ukrainians.
Yeah, he's a gun for hire.
Objectively, he's a bad guy.
And as basically every leader in history who's dealt with mercenaries can tell you, guns for hire, they don't obey you, they obey money. You know, they are not loyal. As long as the getting's good, they're on your side. But don't expect them to stick with you if things turn nasty. Because they won't.
Yeah, I mean, Igor was getting a long way. I just want to pick up one thing.
Okay.
Supposedly, it wasn't Putin he was unhappy with.
It was the defense minister.
Military, yeah, the people in charge of the Russian military itself that was the issue. But again, you're picking, you're splitting hairs at that point, aren't you?
No, I think that's important. That's an important distinction, honestly. I'm actually reading a book on the Wars of the Roses. It's fucking great. I can't remember who it's by, but it's really quite great.
I'll tell you who it's not by.
Who?
Me. I didn't write it.
Okay. Yeah, it's brilliant, and it mentions several revolts, and a running theme is that the people who are leading these revolts, their issue is never with the king; it's always with his advisors. So they're not committing treason. They're just arguing for a perfectly reasonable handful of changes to the way things are done. And that's sort of what that reminded me of when you said that. That seems very much the same sort of thing.
Well, I suppose it's one way of getting what you want, isn't it? Is to go straight into it saying you're not going to take down the leader.
Well, yeah, I mean, it sort of it removes the threat somewhat.
Trouble is, you can only cut off so many heads from a hydra before you're just fighting a snake. You know?
Yes. Yeah.
An angry snake.
I mean, it just seemed. I mean, look, I don't want to run the risk of being an armchair general on this one, but my analysis is that Putin's rather fucked this.
I don't know.
Do you concur?
Not entirely. I mean, I think the whole situation. I think Russia is heading towards a downfall. I will accept that.
I think he's overreached himself.
I don't necessarily think it's anywhere near as close as we think it is.
No, I think there's a tendency to think, oh, good, a big collapse is going to happen in our time. How interesting.
Really.
But I mean, I have no fucking clue. I'm not a. You know what? That fucking place is too far away. I'm just going to heal on the road. Yeah, it's. Fuck it. It's Yeah, it's the sort of thing people on Twitter speculate wildly about. But it's hard not to think that he's gotten rather more than he's bargained for here, and that the longer this goes on, the weaker his position becomes. which seems like a very obvious reading of things, but it may be, on the whole, a fairly obvious situation. But I don't know. I'm not a foreign policy expert. I know fuck all about modern Russian politics. I don't fucking listen to me. I don't know. It's probably completely different sort of situation.
One day they're going to run out of cheese.
Who is?
The Russians.
What makes you say that?
That's the most ridiculous thing I can think of at the time.
Oh, right, okay.
Because that's my prediction. They're going to run out of cheese.
Well,
mass revolt. That's going to be what does it. Not unnecessary deaths of their own and other people's soldiers. Not the realization that Putin may in fact be crazy enough to do the nuke. Although I mostly think that that's just the old. Was it Reagan?
it was Nixon, the
Nixon,
insane man strategy during the Vietnam War. He told
a lot
us,
of people think it's the same thing.
yeah, he told his advisors that he wanted the Viet Cong to think he was fucking insane and that he was on the verge of pushing the nuclear button, and that his advisors were having to hold him back.
And it worked out well, of course. They won that one.
Yes, as we all know, North Vietnam became a U.S. state, and we're very happy for it.
Yeah. But I think it is basically almost the exact same situation. You've got a large superpower invading a smaller, less capable, but still somehow managing to fight them off.
Backed by another superpower.
Yeah. And it's basically just the opposite way around, isn't it?
Well,
Let's be honest.
I mean, you can argue if in that case it's more like the Russian invasion of Afghanistan.
Well, yeah.
which of course gave rise to the Taliban and Al Qaeda, which I'm sure nothing comparable to that will happen here.
I sure hope not. Because we're meant to like the Ukrainians, so it'd be terrible if they ended up being.
Well, we were meant to like the Afghani people.
Well, we
Afghans.
absolutely loved Al Qaeda whilst they were taking down the bad guys.
Yes.
But then they became the bad guys because of US foreign policy.
Wait, we gave you all these fancy guns and all this training and stuff. Why are you using it against us? Please don't. We should have just asked for them back at the end.
You don't hear a lot about the Taliban these days, do you?
Well, there's no point. They fucking won.
I know, but like even when it all happened, there was quite a lot of stuff going on for like 3-4 months.
Well, you know, the
Right.
news. Sorry, go on.
I've only heard one news story in the last, I don't know, 6 months that I can remember,
Yeah.
and it was literally this week, and it was that they ordered the closure of like hair salons or something.
That took the fucking time, didn't it?
I don't
Seems
know,
like that'd
this
be like first thing on the agenda.
Yeah, I mean, it's just haircuts. What's the big deal?
Well, no, because women are making themselves look alluring, and they shouldn't. They should be modest.
Not for even for their husbands.
No.
Oh.
But I mean, the news cycle marched on, didn't it?
Well,
people get bored, Jordan.
Yeah,
No.
I mean that's why Keith's not even watching this anymore.
Well, he's hung himself, hasn't he?
Yeah, he missed you for so long.
He's swinging.
God knows why.
Well, I mean, we didn't really go anywhere. We filled in the blanks very well.
Just it took so much time.
Mm.
That long weekend of yeah.
Well, it was maybe worth it. I sort of came up with. Well, I flirted around the edges of a game we could play.
Oh yeah.
When I was sort of eyeing up you're aware of 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon, aren't you?
I am very aware of 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon.
Yeah. Well, my thought was I could pick an actor or an actress, you could pick an actor or an actress, and we could try and make them meet. You know what I mean?
We try and make our own individual ones, mate.
Yeah. So you pick
Okay.
one, I pick the other, and so and so was in a film with so and so who was in a film. I mean, you know how it goes.
Yeah, I understand the principle of.
For those of you watching who don't know, Kevin Bacon is a prolific actor who was in a lot of films, very prolific actors. So the premise is that no actor is more than a few steps away from him. It's a thing called a Bacon number. Incidentally, Jordan, I have a Bacon number of 2. Do you have a Bacon number of 3? Because someone I went to sixth form with was in an advert with Kevin Bacon.
That's assuming that I don't have a different connection to him.
Well, possibly. So
I don't know. I've not tried to.
This is It's completely untested. So, I mean, do you want to give it a go?
Bear with me a moment.
Okay. Are you getting up IMDb?
No, 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 no. I just want to see. I want to check something. Feel free to pick another, you know.
Ah, Google fainted. Well, while Jordan's doing that, I guess I'll have to prattle on. I don't know how far we're going to get in this video. I kind of want to get to Lily Cove, to be honest. That's my goal. I said before that my favourite part of the game was the first half, and I think we're probably entering my least favourite part of the game, just close to all the water routes. And Goo Girl is dead. Let's bring her back. I wonder what you're doing.
I was just looking to see if there's anyone I can think of that is like closer than that. I can't think of very many people that I at least have met, let alone.
Yeah, but I think it's
you.
more of a personal. I mean, I went to school with this person. It wouldn't be the case of I shook this person's hand at a convention.
Oh, that's a good point. I didn't think about Tim Russ.
Yeah.
Tim Russ.
Oh, is
There
that
it
is? Oh, okay. Is that the actor you're picking?
Cursors. He's got a Kevin Bacon number of 2 as well.
Alright.
All the people I've gone with, I've randomly selected so far.
Well, would you like to maybe take part in the video?
You were just talking. You were
Instead
talking
of-
about a Pokemon. You
I
didn't
know,
say
but
me
you
for that.
only because you went off and started
Pokemon.
doing your bacon number.
All right. Calm down.
No, I mean you don't see me doing other things when you're playing Rome Total
Yes, you
War.
bloody well do. All you ever do is that.
Well, I think that's a pretty hefty allegation you're throwing around there. So,
Yeah, well.
I mean, do you want to give it a go?
Go on then. Pick a person.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll play it safe and go for.
Don't say Kevin Bacon.
No, I will. I'll go for Ian McKellen.
Ian McKellen.
Yes,
Okay.
Sir Ian McKellen, no less.
Okay. I'm gonna go with Tim Roth.
Okay. Right.
You're familiar with who Tim Roth is, I assume.
Yes,
Okay.
he was in Pulp Fiction
Among other things.
and
yeah.
Reservoir Dogs.
And among other things.
Well, so, right. Ian McKellen. What are the other things Tim Roth was in? Who are some big names that starred in Pulp Fiction and Reservoir Dogs and whatnot?
Oh, you got Travolta, Harvey Keitel, Samuel L. Jackson,
Okay.
Tarantino, obviously,
Yeah.
Amanda Plummer.
So, I mean, I'm thinking.
He was in 4 Rooms that had Antonio Banderas in it. All sorts.
Okay, so. I mean, Ian McKellen was in Richard III, along with. Gosh, it's tricky this. Are you helping?
Well, I thought you were trying to do it and then I was trying to do it.
No, well,
Okay.
I mean, we could do that, but my initial concept was that we'd work together to try and find
Alright.
a link.
I know a link.
Okay, go on.
Ian McKellen was in The Golden Compass from 2007 with Derek Jacobi.
He was also in Vicious with Derek Jacobi, which is one of the
He was.
potential
Yeah,
lines
so,
I was thinking of.
Derek Jacobi was in the 2014 film Grace of Monaco, which had Tim Roth in it.
Are you on his IMDb?
Nope.
How the hell do you know that both these people were in Grace of Monaco? Have you ever seen Grace of Monaco?
I've not seen Grace of Monaco, but I am familiar with more of Tim Roth's work than I would like to admit to.
Right.
There was a period of time when I was entertaining doing a series of, like a review series on the films that he's in. I quite like him as an actor. He's in my top 50, both from back then and he would be in it now.
Shall we do another one?
Of course, absolutely.
Okay, well you pick first this time.
Okay. Let's go with. Oh, I'm trying to think. Who's Ralph Little?
Is Ralph, which one's Ralph Little?
Ralph Little's the one that was in.
Is he the Office one or the Royal Family one?
He was the royal family one who was in. Whatchamacallit? 2 pints of lager, as well.
Right. I'm not
You want
familiar with his work. So I will go for Patrick Stewart.
Patrick Stewart and Ralph Little.
So
Okay,
let's see if we can forge a connection. Patrick Stewart was in The Next Generation with what's her face? What plays Deanna Troy? What's her name?
I can't remember her name. Gates
Marina
McFadden?
Sirtis.
No, Marina Sirtis. Who was Gates McFadden? Who
Gates
she play?
McFadden was Dr. Beverly Crusher.
Of course she was.
Marina Sirtis was in round the up the horn and round the elephant, something round the elephant and castle, which
Can
was
you get to Doctor Who at all?
possibly. I was going for Harry Potter, honestly.
Okay, I know Ralph Little. Was
I
in,
can
was
do
in-
it through Harry Potter. I can do it through Harry Potter. I can do it.
Okay.
It was in Up the Elephant and Round the Castle, which was oh, who's that comedian everybody hates?
James Corden.
No.
Ricky Gervais.
No, I'm gonna have to Google it. Bear with me. Bear with me. Bear with me. Jim Davidson. Marina Sirtis played a waitress in an episode of that sitcom. Also in it was David Thewlis, who famously punched Jim Davidson and was paid to do so by the crew of that show. David Thewlis was in Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. Dawn French played the fat lady in that. She was also in The Vicar of Dibley, as was what's her face who played the old lady. I can't remember her name. Who played Nana in the Royal Family.
Okay,
It works.
it does.
You could do it a lot quicker, no doubt.
Yeah, you could.
So could we get from? I mean, do you want to go through the Doctor Who one? Do you want to see if we can do that?
Yeah, no, it's probably going to be quite easy to be honest with you. 'Cause you've got Ralph Little played a character in Doctor Who. I can't remember the character name, but it was one of a Peter Capaldi era episodes.
Okay.
Peter Capaldi's were, I'm pretty sure, created by like the showrunner for that time was still Moffat.
Are we not just going through actor?
Well, I mean, if you want to go through actor, you can, but it's easier to. Well, okay, fine. Capaldi was in the episode that had all the Doctor Who's in it.
Yeah.
With Tennant, who was in Extras with Ricky Gervais, who was also in Extras with Patrick Stewart.
Lovely.
There you go. If you want to do it that way, absolutely. It's probably quicker.
Yeah, it worked. I think the Doctor Who one was quicker. That was fun.
No. I mean, doing the doing actors rather than through Moffat was probably quicker than.
Oh yeah.
going through Moffat.
Should we? Would you like to do another one?
Yeah, go on then.
Are you liking it?
Yeah, it's alright.
Okay.
It tests what we know of
Yeah.
stuff, doesn't it?
I will choose. Let's go with Roger Moore.
Roger Moore. Okay.
He certainly did.
I'm going to go with. See, what's annoying is the first two people that came to mind were Daniel Craig and George Lazenby, which is not going to be a difficult. I mean, well, it might actually be more difficult than you think. To be honest. I need.
Well, you couldn't go through the Bond route with Daniel Craig.
No, not realistically. It wouldn't be.
You'd have to go
Yeah.
out and then back in again.
Yeah. Well, you wouldn't necessarily have to go out and back in, but you could probably find a connection elsewhere. I'm gonna go with. You've got Roger Moore. I'm gonna go with. Rami Malek. Was that his name?
So
Rami.
he was the Bond villain in the most recent one, wasn't he? Okay.
Oh, was he? I didn't realise
Yeah, he
that.
was. No, that's fine because I don't think there's any actors.
Oh, he was. Yeah, he was. He was the main antagonist in No Time to Die. I honestly didn't realise that was.
Well,
I was thinking of him from his time as what's his face?
Freddie Mercury.
That's the one.
Okay, so Rami Malek was in No Time to Die with who played Voldemort? Remind me. Ralph Fiennes.
Okay.
Who was in Skyfall with Judi Dench. Who was who was in GoldenEye with Desmond Llewellyn. Who was in any number of Roger Moore Bond films with Roger Moore.
Okay.
Now, if you want to do it where we exclude
you can do it quicker.
Can you go on?
Through Bond, you can do it quicker.
How?
Oh no, because he's a producer and screenwriter. Never mind.
No, I
if you're only doing actors, then it's probably harder. But there was a guy who produced No Time to Die and Octopussy. So
did you look it up?
Oh yeah, while you were talking Bond, I thought, well, I'll have a look because I wasn't going to get one. I don't think.
Well, you could probably do it. Quicker than that, really. Well, you could probably do it outside that. So, No, I'm not familiar enough with Rami Malek's work.
No, me neither.
Would you like to go for another?
Yeah, go on then.
Okay.
Let me just. I need to find the bloke's name.
Okay.
Who is he? Who is he? Brendan Gleeson.
Okay. So Harry Potter's going to be. Right. In that case, I will choose. I will go for Bernard Hill.
Bernard Hill. I'm not very familiar with Bernard Hill.
Bernard Hill played the captain in Titanic, and he was Theoden in Lord of the Rings, and he was also in the Wolf Hall, among other things. Right. So, who was your choice again? Remind Brendan.
Brendan Gleeson.
Okay. So. Well, I suppose if you were being very, very generous, you could say that Kate Winslet was considered for the role of the Grey Lady.
Nah, doesn't count.
No, of course it doesn't. I just wanted to slip that in there.
Okay.
So Brendan Gleeson and Bernard Hill. Well, I'm sure this is riveting viewing. Bernard Hill was in Wolf Hall with Claire Foy, who played the Queen in the first two series of The Crown.
Okay.
Would you like to pick it up from here?
I don't know enough about The Crown. In fact, the only person I can think of that's in The Crown alongside Claire Foy, who was not Claire Foy, is Matt Smith.
Yes, with Brendan Gleeson in Doctor Who at all.
I mean, possibly, but I wouldn't necessarily know.
Um, um, oh, I might have left this in a dead end here.
You may well have done.
We need to get something. We just need to get to somebody who was in Harry Potter, or at least yeah,
Oh!
from The Crown, or what?
John Hurt was in Harry Potter.
Okay.
Didn't he play Ollivander?
Yes.
Okay. Matt Smith was in that again. It's the same Doctor Who episode as earlier with all the Doctors, and John Hurt was the War Doctor.
Very
Okay.
good. I wonder if I can get. Hang on. I wonder if I can get to. Probably not. Well done.
Thank you.
See, this is all right, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not bad.
Uh.
Feel free to comment with any faster links if you have them.
Yes, I'm sure they exist.
Yeah, almost certainly.
You up for more?
Oh, we haven't actually got to him yet.
Yes, you have.
Which,
he was in.
no, we haven't.
Okay,
They weren't in it together.
Who was with Ollivander? Who was with Daniel? What's his name?
Daniel Radcliffe.
Daniel Radcliffe. Who was with? Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. Okay. Part of me hoped you was going to say someone like Colin Farrell.
Yes, because in Bruges.
Just because, you know. Oh my god, we're idiots.
What?
Well, we're not idiots. There's other people we could have gone through.
Yeah, there is. We could have gone through Ralph Fiennes if we could have found him. But there must be a way, because you just need a big, prolific actor, don't you? That's the key to all these things. You just need to get to that.
Who was the person we started with? It was
Bernard Hill.
Bernard Hill. Let's have a look at what this says.
Bernard Hill was in.
We've got Gandhi.
Okay.
With Richard Griffiths.
Yes, he was in Harry Potter.
Who was then in. Yeah. What else is there? I'm trying to find things that you've probably heard of. Okay, you've got Bernard Hill was in Titanic with Paul Brightwell.
Who's Paul Brightwell in Titanic?
I couldn't tell you. I recognise his face, but I couldn't tell you who he played.
Okay, let me have a look.
Let me find the. It was Quartermaster Hitchens.
Right. Is he a big man with a moustache?
I don't know. It doesn't have a picture of him there. It's just. This has got a picture of him, but it's not the picture of him from Titanic.
Okay. What was his name? Paul Whitehill.
Paul Brightwell.
No, that's not who I. No.
And he was in Kingdom of Heaven with Brendan Gleeson.
Right.
What else is there? I'm trying to. I'm only. Bernard Hill was in Titanic with Richard Graham. Who was. Where was he? He was Quartermaster Rowe in Titanic. Who was in Gangs of New York with Brendan Gleeson.
Oh, that's right. Brendan Gleeson was in Gangs of New York.
Apparently, Bernard Hill was in Henry the Sixth Part 1 with Michael Byrne, who was in Deathly Hallows Part 1. I don't know who has. What year was that? That was like 2011, wasn't it? 2010. Oh, it was Grindelwald. Ah, interesting.
All right.
Anyway, yeah. Shall we pick more people?
Yes, go on.
Go on. I'm trying to think who's obscure. It's more fun when you don't really.
Okay, so we just pick two actors we know the other person doesn't really know that much about.
Oh god. Okay.
I mean, if you want a fucking challenge, just go for it. Not that we haven't struggled enough.
No, go on. Just pick anyone. It doesn't matter who.
Okay. Ricardo Montalban.
Who the fuck is that?
He was Khan in Wrath of Khan.
Okay.
And he was in Fantasy Island.
Okay. Mandy Patinkin.
Is he the guy in Succession?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Mandy. No, he's not. Okay. Right. Well, Ricardo Montalban was in Are you familiar with Mr. Potemkin's work?
Some of it,
Okay.
not a lot. The thing I know him from is that he was in The Princess Bride.
So if we can get to Columbo. Oh, that's so easy.
Go on then.
Ricardo Montalban played Khan in Wrath of Khan alongside William Shatner, who was the villain in 2 Columbo episodes, with Peter Falk, who was in The Princess Bride.
There we go. Easy peasy.
Yes.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
see? Two complete. I didn't even know who your bloke was.
I barely knew who yours was.
Yeah. Right then. Edward Woodward.
Wouldn't he just?
If he could chuck wood.
Diana Rigg.
Diana Rigg. That can't be that hard.
They were definitely in theatre. They must have done theatre together, surely.
Probably. Trying to think.
Well, Edward Woodward was in The Wicker Man with Christopher Lee,
Yeah.
who was in The Man with the Golden Gun
Okay.
with Desmond Llewellyn, who was in On Her Majesty's Secret Service with Diana Rigg.
Okay.
That was fairly lackluster.
Yeah, I see. I wouldn't have got there anywhere near that quick. I don't think.
Oh, I don't have my cutter on me. Oh well, hardly matters. How long have we been going with this one?
I don't know. Probably about getting on for an hour, surely.
Not an hour yet. Yeah, about an hour, 57 minutes.
Ooh. Shall we do another topic and come back to this later, maybe?
Sure, why not?
Right. Whilst Harry Potter has come up a few times, I have been playing the latest Harry Potter game,
Yes.
which seems like a misnomer, really, since it's not really got Harry Potter in it. It is that Hogwarts Legacy game, and I've actually rather enjoyed it, all in all.
Yes,
Yeah,
I've
it's
heard
quite a bit of-
mixed things.
Yeah, I mean, it knows who its audience is,
Yes.
I would say. So it has gone ahead and said, "Hey, look, you're gonna get these references. We're gonna put them in specifically because."
Yeah.
And there was a point where it said something about might not necessarily meet expectations to the character. I was like, yeah, that's a message to the audience. That is. I'm just saying.
What
it has got
house
its
are you in?
flaws. I'm a Hufflepuff. I chose to be a Hufflepuff.
You're not a Hufflepuff, but okay.
I am a Hufflepuff.
I guarantee you're not a Hufflepuff.
I've
know you.
taken one of the tests. I ended up as a Hufflepuff, and I think that's fine. It's not so big. It's not such an in-depth situation in the game. You answer a couple of questions, and like 2 or 3
Well,
questions,
that's a bit
and then you
lacklustre.
get to choose. You know
You'd think.
what's important to you. How do you do with this?
What's
situation?
important to you? Power, honor, intelligence, glitter.
Loyalty.
Oh yeah, that.
But no, I'm a Hufflepuff, and I'm not entirely sure who my which teacher is in charge of my house.
No, because it's set in the olden days, isn't it?
Well, no, I mean, it doesn't. I don't think it's told me. I'm going to assume it's the herbology teacher still.
Maybe. I mean, that would be the lazy thing for the game to do,
Hogwarts
wouldn't it?
House teachers. Hogwarts Legacy. A lot of people have been rather fond of one of the. I don't even know. Oh no, it is. It is her.
Oh, that's a fucking
Okay.
letdown. Wait, which is it? The herbology teacher?
I think so.
Oh, that's silly.
Let me just. Oh no, we're not told it apparently.
All right,
Uh,
have to read the
but
novelisation.
they assume that it is. People seem to assume that it is the herbology teacher, but she is a new teacher, so it's probably not. But a lot of people have been suggesting that they're quite attracted to the herbology teacher, who is a a supportive redhead, shall we say? Not
Right.
supportive as in busty or anything. She's just like
I
she's
I didn't
emotionally supportive.
I didn't suggest otherwise.
I know what people are like.
Yes.
So no, but I'm enjoying it as a game.
For what it's worth, I think you're a Ravenclaw.
Nah,
I
no,
always
I
have.
don't.
I think you pride your intelligence too much.
You see, in later years, I've come to realise that whilst I am at least clever, I'm not using it properly to justify being that fussed about it.
Are you looking for a new job still?
It's fallen by the wayside while I'm sorting a load of other crap out, but
Uh,
it is very much on my mind.
we got a pay rise.
Pardon?
We're getting a pay rise
Oh, it's all right for them.
by 2%.
Ooh,
So
that'll really fix the cost of living crisis.
I know. I think the people up top, well, at least one of them says he's doing his best for us, and I'm inclined to believe him because, frankly, apparently we're losing staff at quite a rate, and we're having a difficult time hiring people just because, you know. But I'm not going to go. I shouldn't really go too much into that, even though I haven't given
No,
away
no, no.
where I work. But anyway,
I bumped into our financial director and his daughter, who is currently doing work in our office, at lunch today.
all right.
Um, and he was talking about how he's managed to get her a part-time job here over the summer, and he's still having to pay for her lunch.
Nepotism.
Well, yeah, basically. But I said something like, "Oh, well, you know, you are probably earning quite a bit more than she is." And he said, "Yes, well, you know, you get paid what you're worth, don't you?" And I said, "Well, I think I'm worth quite a bit more."
You
And
probably
he's
are.
laughing, and I'm laughing, and I'm getting fired tomorrow. So.
Well, top tip, kids. They don't pay you how your pay is not based on how hard you work. It is based on how difficult you are to replace.
Mm.
You know, as brilliant as Jordan and I no doubt are at our jobs, we could both be replaced fairly quickly.
I think it would be such a massive pain in the ass for them to replace me that they would not want to do it. There is a long-running joke, but I am basically a piece of furniture.
Well,
It was someone's last day today, and they were saying Jordan will be here in 20 years.
oh, that's depressing.
It is depressing. And then they looked at the manager that was in the office and said he'll have your job in by then. So it's like, well, you know.
Well,
Everyone seems to think that I'm going to stay there for the rest of my life.
oh, you've got to show them now.
Yeah.
Well, I had
I'll go for the rest of our lives.
I had my appraisal. Okay, that's needlessly threatening. I had my appraisal yesterday and was told I was doing really well, and a lot of people in the general sort of area of where our team sit have commented on how well our team works together. And we do have a very good team. We have our differences, sure, but there's enough in common there that we can all sort of chat freely with one another. You know, it works really well. It's a very well constructed team. The true test will be what happens when one of us leaves and needs to be replaced. Whether this is just sheer dumb luck that this is fell together so well.
That's how you take down a throw.
Yes.
I have spent far too much of my time lately having to point out that other people have made mistakes, so I don't really feel like much of a team player.
Well,
But sorry, just to add, I do at least have the decency to point out when I've made a mistake though.
oh yeah. I mean, I'm pretty.
I did it today. I realised that about a year ago I made a mistake that if we didn't fix it, it was going to cost us about 27 grand.
Oh right. Did you
So
fix it?
I was like, look, well, we're in the process of fixing it. It takes a little bit of time to get sorted out, but basically I was like, look, I realised just before lunch, I drafted the email, went to lunch, sent it when I got back, and I was like, look, we need to fix this thing because otherwise it's gonna cost us 27 grand. I don't know why, but basically I'm assuming that this is a mistake that was made because I screwed up, and that's it. And we're getting it fixed.
Well,
There's no loss to us.
yeah, I mean that's an important life lesson, isn't it? Admit your mistakes because otherwise they just fester and get worse and worse and worse. I'm very free at admitting my mistakes, and Maybe a bit absent-minded and ditzy at times, but generally I'm on it. Like
I am. I
we had an issue yesterday where I placed an order for some teaching resources,
mm,
and we were told that they'd come through, but they were nowhere to be seen. So with the help of someone in finance, we tracked them down, and I was on it. I was, doing everything I could to try and find these things,
mm,
and we did. So I like to think I'm a good addition to any team. Which, I mean,
pardon me.
don't delude yourself into thinking management give two shits about you, kids.
Oh God, no.
They
No, they
don't. They
don't.
don't really see your hard work. You don't really matter to them. Um,
I I make a big deal in the office about how great I am at what I do,
mm,
right? Because I I point out when I've screwed up. Because I put my hands up when I've made the mistake.
mm,
I feel like I own the right to be proud about the things I am great at.
mm,
You know, if it was a I'm great at what I do, I never screw up, I don't make mistakes, then that's me being an asshole. But
yes.
because I'll accept that I have screwed up and will fix the screw up as best I can.
Mm.
I feel like I earn you know the right to be a bit braggy sometimes.
So yeah. I mean, I
Like if I make a spreadsheet, you know it works because I've made it. Sort of
yeah.
comment. You know, just silly things like that. Or I'm bloody good, aren't I? You know.
Well, I mean, yeah. I like to think everybody in my team is very good at their job. So yeah. But I have another topic that I want to talk about, and I've forgotten about it until just reading this list I made.
Okay.
The new Indiana Jones film is out.
Yeah,
Now, how familiar are you with the last Indiana Jones film, Kingdom of the Crystal Skull?
I watched it.
Okay, how much do you remember?
Uh, some.
Shia LaBeouf? Do you remember Shia LaBeouf?
Yeah, he was in it. I've heard that it's done something about his character.
Yes.
Has he
So,
been retconned?
well, Shia LaBeouf was Indiana Jones' son, right?
Yeah.
With Marion Crane. And I thought, I'm probably never going to see this film in cinemas. I may watch it at some point. I don't care all that much. I'm just going to Wikipedia, read it, see what happens. You know. So I was reading along, and the second paragraph in, it opened by telling me that Indiana's son, Mutt, as played by Shia LaBeouf, died in Vietnam.
Oh,
And I thought, what the fuck? He dies in Vietnam. That's how they get rid of him. And Indiana Jones and Marion has been kicked out. Kicked
have
out.
any of the good guys been killed
Divorced.
at war before?
Sorry?
Have any of the good guys been killed at war before? Obviously, they survived the Nazis quite a few times, didn't they?
Not in war, but I mean, Sean Connery was killed off before he died in Kingdom of the Christmas Skull. Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
But the other holiday special that Harrison Ford won't talk about.
Yeah. And Marcus Brody was killed off, but no, Mutt died and Marion and Indiana Jones divorced, with alleged suggestions that they reconciled by the end of the movie.
Yeah.
And it hit me because it seemed like such a crude and personal way to get rid of a character who probably would not volunteer. You probably would not fight in that war. You'd probably be very much against it because he seemed
Yeah.
like the sort of rebel type.
Well, it's one of those wars where there weren't many options, was there? It was that or
You
prison,
could
wasn't
dodge
it,
the
at that
draft,
time?
you know.
There's that theory, isn't there, that that's what the Scooby Doo gang are doing? Is that Fred and Shaggy are dodging the draft?
Oh, I buy that.
Yeah.
I think you can buy stuff from these guys.
Yeah,
You can buy like
they're bloody expensive.
uh,
The what's I going to say? I actually, when they did an interview on BBC Radio 2 in the morning,
Who did?
I caught Harrison Ford and
Phoebe Waller-Bridge.
that's the one,
Is that her name? Yeah.
something like that. The pair of them were on Radio 2, and it came to me the realization that you know how a lot of his interviews lately he's been playing the old man that's a bit forgetful and a bit.
Yeah.
It came to my a realization that it might not actually necessarily be an act because he's getting to that age now where it might be genuine.
Yes, it is.
And here we are, we're applauding it as a sense of as a tactical stroke on his part to make the interval memorable and stuff like that. Especially when the Ryan Gosling thing was Blade Runner 2049 or whatever it was called,
Yeah,
and he couldn't supposedly couldn't remember the name of his co-star,
yeah.
and it's meant to be this fantastic.
I mean,
It's
he
a
does
funny.
lean into it.
He does, but at what point? What if he just keeps leaning into it and then it's a reality and we don't realise and we're still like it's the Tommy Cooper situation. We're going to think it's something to laugh at, but
Yes.
actually it'll be this horrible tragedy. But
When you're referencing the fact that Tommy Cooper had a heart attack on stage, the audience thought it was a joke. That he was apparently he was fainting at the attractive woman who walked on stage, and he died. The last thing Tommy Cooper ever heard on this earth was the laughter of an audience.
yeah,
We
which is
discussed that in the very first Minecraft video where we did the first ever connections.
really
Yes.
was it people who died on stage?
No, it was it was people who were buried in that cemetery,
Oh, was it? Oh,
and Sid James was one of them. And Sid James had a heart attack on stage,
oh.
and I mentioned that and thought Tommy Cooper. Maybe Tommy Cooper was on the list. I don't know, but
Possibly, don't know.
Yeah.
But no, it's I fear that this is going to become a tragedy very quickly in
yeah,
front of our very eyes, and that we all had the opportunity to spot it coming and didn't.
I
It's too damn funny.
not well. I don't know. I think he certainly thinks far more favourably of. Do you want me to go through Mount Pyre?
I don't care.
Okay, I won't.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
Mm,
I have not paid as much attention to the video side of this as I normally do.
that's fine.
What with the whole talking about the actors and
Yeah,
connections,
that's
I,
fine. I don't mind.
because
Um,
I get a bit arsy when you basically just
no,
completely
it's
ignore
it's
the
fine.
watching.
It's fine. I don't
I'm
mind.
I'm confessing to it now
Yeah,
because I don't want to be seen as a hypocrite.
yeah. Okay, it's fine. Yeah. Harrison Ford famously hated Han Solo, but he likes Indiana Jones. So
Yeah,
there's
you wanted to
probably
get
a very
you wanted to
marked.
get killed off.
Yes, he did. There's probably a very marked difference in how he talks about the Indiana Jones film. I mean, even though he is old and he's tired, he probably just wants to fucking lie down.
To be honest with you, if she asked him, Zoe Ball asked if he could be anywhere right now, where would it be? And he said home.
Fair enough. I mean,
So
those interview runs are a fucking drag. They're a lengthy process. That's like
oh
several
yeah,
days worth of work for these people, and they get asked the same boring fucking questions and have to answer them like they're new and original. We've never heard that before. So
that was
yeah,
the first one I saw recently, and I can't remember what it was. It was a genuinely original sort of question. I've forgotten what the damn thing is. It's really annoying. They were like, oh, they seem genuinely. You can sort of tell when someone's faking.
yes, you
Genuine
can.
and, yeah.
That's something I hate. People with really poor fake laughs. I try, but a lot of people genuinely do fake laugh like that.
Yeah. Shall we, whilst we're on movies, sort of, go back to the Barbie Destroyer of Worlds thing?
Yes, Barbie versus Oppenheimer. Yes.
Yeah, there is a hell of a lot of discourse connecting the two. And I've seen mocked up trailers and I've seen, well, mocked up trailers is mostly it. But it seems there's quite a lot of comedic overlap between the two situations. And when you
Yes.
consider that one is about a Barbie girl living in a plastic world,
And the other is
uh,
the Barbie film.
uh,
See, it would have been better. It would have been better if you'd said one is about the creation of one of the most, or the most destructive force ever seen on the planet, and the other is
and you have
Oppenheimer.
Oppenheimer,
But hey ho.
but there's no overlap there, and yet somehow,
I think it's the whole thing started because they were so jarringly different, and they were coming out at the same time. People were making jokes about them competing. On the one hand, you've got this film about the invention of the nuclear bomb. On the other hand, this frivolous little film that actually looks really fun. It looks fun. Barbie looks fun, and Oppenheimer, I
apparently,
don't know too much about. But
apparently they ran out of there's an international shortage of pink paint because
God.
of the Barbie film.
Have you heard? You may well have heard about this, but Vietnam has
I've heard of Vietnam, yes.
Vietnam has banned the Barbie film. Have you heard about this story?
No, I've not heard about this.
Good. I want you to guess why.
Because Ken's gay.
No.
Because I don't agree with the idea that. Is it because there was a Barbie that was connected to Hitler?
No.
Okay. Not like a Barbie doll, but there was a person called Barbie or something like that. Is it because?
But East Asia doesn't give two shits about Hitler. They don't. Nazism didn't really have as much of a cultural impact as it did on this
So
side.
they might have been making a symbolic stand or something.
Well, weird country to do it. You think Israel will kick off? No, you'd never
Yeah.
get it. It was.
Oh, yeah, hang on. Give me one more guess. I've only had two guesses.
All right, go on.
You've got to let people have three. Why have you got Sharpedo?
What?
That is an awkward name, isn't it? Sharpedo.
I know, but I
You
really like that Pokemon.
Is it because of the implications that Barbie and Ken are in a relationship despite not being married?
No, it's not.
Go on then.
It's for no moral reasons whatsoever. It's because in one scene there is a very crudely drawn map. And on
Okay.
that map is some sort of dividing line. I don't know too much about it. That it's something to do with China, like recognising Chinese sovereignty over certain areas, and the
Okay.
Vietnamese do not like this. And it's quite bizarre that they've even put that on the map, because it's a very. I've seen the still of the map, and it's really crudely drawn. You know, because it's a Barbie film, it doesn't have to be pitch perfect accurate. It's like big blobs representing Asia and Europe.
Well,
and
maybe
Africa.
it'd be better if it was accurate.
Yeah, no offense to any Chinese listeners. Jordan's he should not be listened to.
What? What did I do wrong?
Well, you said it should be more accurate, i.e., you know, give the land to Vietnam.
Well, I mean, for the purposes of the film,
And then you'd
it doesn't
ignore.
fucking matter. It's a film, isn't it? Just make it accurate, so then you don't piss anyone off. You know, don't draw
Well, that's-
attention to Taiwan.
Well, that's the point. It's you know, it's not about accuracy per se. It's about making a political choice. You didn't put anything on there, but they did, which is weird. A
Wow.
weird little cop to China, I guess. I don't know. Maybe China's got a list of rules for its branch of Disney that it communicates, and that's one of them.
God only knows.
Yeah. Will you be seeing either one of them?
Probably not for a few years.
No.
I have no interest in the Barbie one. You know, and like,
Well, I don't leave the house, so.
right. I mean, you can stream. Streaming is an option. Not right now, obviously, but at some point.
With them techno doohickeys, no thank you.
Speaking of streaming, I have done 5 of the 13 movies from Kubrick's catalogue of movies.
Which one are you up to now?
Well, take a guess.
Did you watch
I have
Lolita?
actually told you. I did watch Lolita, yes.
Okay, so
I
the
did
next
tell you
one
what to
is Spartacus.
No, Spartacus was the one before.
Paths of
Lolita.
Glory.
No, that's before. Oh, sorry, no, I've got 7 left. My apologies.
Wait, you've done Spartacus?
Yeah, I did Spartacus before Lolita, because it's before Lolita.
Well, I had no knowledge that he did Lolita. But, I guess he did.
One of the first lines in Lolita is a reference to Spartacus. Are you Quincy? No, I'm Spartacus. Are you here to free the slaves? Basically, it's like the first exchange of dialogue between two actual people that are talking. It's like ridiculous. It's like, you know. But maybe that particular concept and the fact that that is intended as a piece of comedy might tell you what the next film is.
Oh, it's you can't fight in here. This is the war room.
That's right. It's Doctor Strangelove, or How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Bomb, or whatever it's called. But yeah, Quincy was played by Peter Sellers, who did
know what?
the comedy line of "No, I'm Spartacus." And Peter Sellers was famously 3 different characters in Doctor Strange,
Yes.
including the titular character, who is a German, and he played a German disguised person in Lolita, and I can't help but think, and I mentioned this to you, I specifically mentioned it to you, but I can't help but think that may
I
be
don't have a
that's part
single
of why.
fucking flying type, do I?
Probably not.
God damn it.
But yeah, Doctor Strangelove is next, and then
Is it a long shot? Oh, it's not a long shot. Oh.
because I've seen both of the next two, and then after that it's all new.
Uh,
Oh no, it's not. I've seen Full Metal Jacket.
okay, yeah,
But
fine.
I've got a bit of time before I need to have watched all of them, so I'm taking a bit of a break. So I whizzed through.
Well,
I did like 3 films in 3 nights, and it's like, you know, I'm not young anymore. Not like I
okie
used to be.
dokie. Let's go back to. Where is it going to be?
I don't know where you going.
It's going to be here, isn't it? Yeah. We can unlock the magma base now.
Okay.
So I think we'll do that and then we'll call it quits. But we're getting through it. We've got another gym badge. Hopefully Goo Girl will evolve in this episode.
Ooh.
It relies on friendship being increased, so
Give her a
you know
hug.
what, honestly, I might as well just give her loads of candy.
You're going to give the Goo Girl lots of candy.
Yeah, it's like that SCP that's the really cute tickle monster and it likes M&Ms. Right, I've got 8. You can have a few.
Elevated. Elevate.
Oh, hang on. I think I know what's fucked up.
What?
I think it needs to happen when it's in the rain. So, let's go back to the rainy bit.
You can't stop the rain.
So,
You can't feel the
we'll
rain
see.
again. Why does it always rain down on me?
No, okay, right. That's a bugger. Oh well.
Is
Maybe.
your happiness level not high enough?
No. So what I'm gonna do? Do I have that scarf?
The silk scarf?
No, there's another one. Or a clear bell, that's it. I'm pretty sure I don't. No, I don't.
Gosh darn it.
Okay, bear with. I'm gonna Google this. Or Google
Okay.
this.
That fake laugh was terrible.
um,
But the laugh was bad and you should feel bad.
let's have a look how to evolve this thing. High friendship, so it is just high friendship.
You have to be in the rain?
No. No, it doesn't seem like it. Let's just double check. Where? Yeah, it's just high friendship. Okay, well, I
Well, that'll
suppose
make your job a little bit
I
easier.
could do with healing, honestly. So, how many more topics have I even got?
You've not spunked through them all already, have you?
No. A fair few, though.
See, you don't pace yourself.
No, I'm so eager to talk to my friend.
God only knows why. You've got the opportunity to talk to me all bloody week.
I do. I try, but he's so bloody grumpy. Such a grumpy goose.
Well, what can I say? People piss me off.
So, when I was in Ireland, my hair
Yeah.
and my skin was better than it's been in a long while, and I found out when I came back that that's due to soft water. See, we have hard
Yeah,
water,
we do have a lot of hard water around here.
and it's shit.
Our
Yeah,
water is harder than a
than you.
inappropriate joke about an inappropriate person.
It's it's basically objectively worse in every way. It seems to be. Apart from it may be better
Yeah,
to drink, just because it's full of minerals.
yeah, it tastes piss poor, doesn't it?
Ah, for fuck's sake. See, this is one of the things I'm so glad they fucking got rid of in the newer games. I hate having to use HMs. Fine, I'll
What
get
happened to
rid
your
of
hate
it.
gem slave?
Sorry?
What happened to your hate gem slave?
Oh, well, I got rid of it for one I thought was better. Turns out it's not better. I don't care.
Oh, well.
I don't care. I can delete these now and it doesn't matter. I'll just keep on keeping on.
Keep on learning.
I'm glad they got rid of them.
I got 5 out of 5 on today's BBC quiz of the Thursday quiz thing that they do.
Well done.
Thank you.
Is that just a
One of
general
the
knowledge
questions,
thing?
just general knowledge, yeah, just random things that they ask. Like one of them was which of these is the position is allowed in the scoring area in netball, and they told us the initials of 3 different positions, and we had to guess which one was which. And,
Did you guess it right or did you know it?
I educatedly guessed it correctly based on what I assumed the initials stood for.
Hmm.
You know. And then one of them was like finish for sequence, and it was Einstein that I fear.
Svedwignov?
No, because what you've done now is you've gone from German to French.
Have I?
Yep, Einstein that I fear. Fünf.
What's after that then?
Sechs, sieben, acht, neun, zehn, elf, 12, 13, 14, 15, so on and so forth.
Okay.
I know the German numbers then,
Okay.
but we know these French for 8, 9, 10.
Did you hear about this Elon Musk versus Mark Zuckerberg cage fight
Yes, I
that was
did.
cancelled for the funniest fucking reason ever?
Oh, it got cancelled, did it?
Yes.
Last I heard was when it first broke, but they agreed to do it, which obviously wasn't going to end up happening. But
Well, they agreed to do it, and then Elon Musk's mummy came out and said, "I don't want my boy fighting," and
okay,
so it was cancelled. These two fucking dicks.
the
I wish it
the
had happened. You know who I was rooting for in that cage fight?
the cage.
Yes.
However did I guess? Eat the wrench. No, there was a line in the original story that I read about it, in which they were saying that Elon Musk supposedly reckons that he has this move called the Walrus, in which he lays on top of his opponent and does nothing. And I
Right.
couldn't help but think that that's also the story of his sex life.
When he said I have the move called the Walrus, I thought he was going to lie in a public place on New Year's Eve and masturbate,
Yeah, it could well. You know.
and then bribe whoever saw it with a horse, which is what he did to a woman he allegedly sexually assaulted.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Allegedly.
We yeah. Have you heard about the new the competitor to Twitter that Zuckerberg has launched?
Thread.
Today? Yes. Yeah. 30 million members apparently. As at the latest.
What's
Yeah.
that compared to Twitter? Do you know?
Oh, well, let's have a look, shall we? How many Twitter members? How many Twitter users? That'll do. Approximately 450 million.
Well, he's gaining.
I mean, 30 million in the space of a day because it launched today, just after midnight. You know, it's not that bad in the grand scheme of things. It may interest you to know, but it probably won't. Oh, where's it gone? We're like number 31 million.
What do you mean
Us,
in terms
like
of number of
TGTRS. Like we're like the 31 million.
most popular?
No, member like to join in order.
Oh right, okay.
I got that all set up before we.
Wait,
At the moment,
on Twitter
no,
thread.
on Thread.
We're
Yeah.
on thread.
We are. We're also on Instagram now as well.
Right, so you can show off your topless pics
No,
and your pictures of
God,
your
no.
salad.
No one wants to see that shit. No, the reason I've done it is because obviously at the moment, all the stuff that we are posting is not being shared through. What's it called? I can't remember what it's called. Twitter. That's it. I've already forgotten what it's called. We're not being shared through Twitter. So I've set it up so it'll go through Instagram. We don't have any fucking followers, so it doesn't
Well,
make it.
I mean, there's no point. I can't be arsed sharing this stuff on Twitter.
There it is. 3, 7, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 4. So what's that?
Wait, hang
37
on.
million. What?
Sorry, go on.
We have a 37,412,124 thing to join Threads.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. That was what I was going to interrupt. I was thinking. Wait, did he say we were the 31st millionth dead on?
Oh God, no. There were 30 million last time I saw a news article about it. It tells you on your account which one you are.
Right, that's okay.
You know, that's not terrible, is it? Let's do that.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem a terrible thing to do. So no, hopefully stuff will start sharing. I don't know who to follow yet. It's one of those things where it could go either way, isn't it?
Well, I tend to be the social media user out of the two of us.
Yeah, I'm not even going to ask you. Yeah, it's fine. I'll sort it out.
No, I'm pretty sure Earthquake, the team for Earthquake, is in here. And I need to pick it up because it could be really useful. And I can't remember where it is though.
Wow.
So right now we've only got Dig.
I am. What was I going to say? I don't even know anymore. I'm losing track of what I was going to.
Yeah.
I'm getting old.
That's okay. Old friend, that's okay.
Yeah, I signed us up because with the changes to Twitter's policy, they're not getting shared directly to there anymore.
Oh, so it is a direct thing, is it? Have you tied it together that it's just...
Well, the Instagram thing, I'll have to... I think I might have to... The fact that it's only launched today means I don't think it's quite integrated properly between WordPress and Thread yet.
Alright, I thought you meant these videos.
Oh, God, no. No. I might... If I can be asked, I might find snippets of it and upload them and be like, hey...
Well, you could just connect them.
I don't think it's quite that simple. Honestly, I don't think it's that simple because they're not the same company, and they get a bit arsy about cross-channel integration.
No, that's not what I wanted.
It sounds like that's what you wanted.
No, this Max Elixir that I picked up.
Okay. More like max power. Well, you're going to be pleased to know that because that was 2 points on my topic list. That's the end of the topic list that I specifically wrote down.
Okay, well I'll hold on to mine.
I have one other topic that I want to expand on, but it's going to be a bigger topic, and we haven't got time for it now. So.
I have 3 left, so we'll save my 3 for your one, and your whatever for your one.
It's going to be hopefully it's going to be quite a thought-provoking conversation then.
Right.
I've been sat on this one for quite some time.
Okay, well, you'll sit on it a little while longer.
In fact, I've sat on it for so long that I completely forgot it has existed. Remembered randomly, tried to find the notepad that I'd written it down in, and then found it earlier whilst I was at work. So I happen to have it. It's in the back of one of my work notebooks.
Right.
So I've got so many notebooks.
Do you want to do the connect the celeb actor?
Oh yeah,
thing
go on
again?
then.
We might as well.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty close to finishing this. Once I find this earthquake TM and fight the eco-terrorists.
Hooray!
So
You pick a person.
fuck.
It's hard, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
You just got to pick an actor or an actress. It's not.
I know. I'm
it's not
trying to think
difficult
of one
in the
that's not like in a massive franchise that connects to everything. Someone that hasn't been in Doctor Who and Harry Potter. Harry Potter. Leslie Grantham.
Leslie Grantham, who was in EastEnders.
Yes, and was the subject
Okay.
of my latest video that came out many months ago.
Well, I can't go with Lee Evans then,
Why not?
because Leslie Grantham has no doubt shared some of the time in EastEnders with Barbara Windsor, who was in the Doctor Who episode with the ghosts that were Cybermen, which had David Tennant, who was in the Planet of the Dead episode with Lee Evans. So I
Right.
can't go with that.
Were you
Can't
going
go with
to?
him. I was gonna say it's Lee Evans. Yeah.
All right. Okay. We're well connected.
Thank you.
Oh
Quite
shit!
quick
You're
as
right.
well.
There is a Doctor Who connection there. Fuck. Shall I switch? Is it too late
Yeah,
to switch? Shall I switch?
You want to? Well, I mean, I connected to people, so if you want to pick another one,
Okay. Fuck it. Judy Goodyear.
Judy, you're just picking people up your videos. Stanley Kubrick.
Stanley Kubrick wasn't an actor.
No, but he was seen very briefly in a scene in Lolita. So technically, he has acted in Lolita.
Okay.
It's a goof that he's walking off screen, and the recording starts a little bit before the.
All
Before we
right.
take it off.
Well, let's get from Judy Goodyear to
Stanley Kubrick.
Stanley Kubrick.
Okay, so we're gonna go Peter Sellers. I think is the safest option.
Right.
From that.
Well, Ian McKellen. Well, see, this is interesting because Judy Goodyear was out of the show when Ian McKellen appeared. But okay, Barbara Knox played
Okay.
Rita Sullivan, who was acted alongside Judy Goodyear, and also acted alongside Ian McKellen
Okay.
when he did a little guest stint because he was a big fan. Laurence Olivier was also a big fan. Do you know what? Laurence Olivier was one of the founders of the Hilda Ogden Appreciation Society.
I did not know that.
Isn't that weird? But yes.
Are you saying that Laurence Olivier was in?
No,
At any
he
point?
he wanted to be apparently. There were
Okay.
rumours that he wanted to appear in some sort of role in Coronation Street because he was rather fond of it.
Because if he had been in it, then if we were accepting Kubrick, then because he obviously directed Spartacus, that had Olivier in. But we can't go that route because Olivier wasn't really connected, so it's fine.
You got to get to Lolita though, haven't you?
Well, yeah, but I mean,
Well-
there'll be someone else who was in both. I don't know who off the top of my head, but there'll be someone.
So we've got Ian McKellen.
Yeah, Ian McKellen. Ian McKellen, who was in.
I'm trying to think of connections to Malcolm McDowell.
Why Malcolm McDowell?
Because he was in A Clockwork Orange, and that's something.
Okay, but that's again, you're thinking Kubrick director, not Kubrick.
I know, you're right. Even though I mentioned it, you're right.
I mean, I'm more than happy to go that way if you want.
No. Let's do this properly. We've got Ian McKellen.
I think if we're going to go from Lolita, we have to go either Peter Sellers or James Mason. But realistically, Peter Sellers is more likely.
Well,
to be
James
that
Mason was in A Star Is Born, with
Yeah,
Judy Garland.
I don't know anything else about that.
And Judy Garland was in
The
a
Wizard
number
of
of
Oz.
things, but I don't know anything else. With Margaret Hamilton, who appeared in an episode of
I think
Mr.
maybe.
Rogers. No, maybe too far. I think she was also in.
Okay, so Ian McKellen was in.
Are you cheating?
No. Well, I mean, a little bit, but I couldn't remember what the film was called. Ian McKellen was in Flushed Away.
Yes, he was.
Yes, which is an Aardman production. So if we can connect anyone that was in that to any of the Wallace and Gromit films, then we've got the connection because Peter Sellers played Wallace.
No, he didn't.
Well, am I thinking of Peter Sellers?
Yeah.
Always makes them two up because the names are very similar.
He was in Last of the Summer Wine. Peter Sellers was
He
in.
was, wasn't he?
He was not in
Of
Last.
course he was. Okay, no. Okay, but we're still we've got the option of people like Hugh Jackman was in that and Kate Winslet was in that, so it opens things up a little bit. You know.
Yes.
I think even Andy Serkis was in the bloody thing. I can't remember who he was, but I'm sure he was in it.
Was you say Kate Winslet was in it? Was
Yeah,
Kate Winslet? We need to get to Peter Sellers or James Mason through Judy Garland. Judy Garland was in Mickey Rooney. Mickey Rooney was in that film about the horse with thingy, Elizabeth Taylor. Who was in Cleopatra with Richard Burton.
Can you get to?
Hang on, I'm mulling it over. Can we get to Richard Burton through Ian McKellen?
I don't know who that is, so I couldn't tell you.
Okay.
Can you get to Spike Milligan, Harry Seacombe, or the other one that were in The Goons? Because Sellers was a goon.
It wasn't Harry Seacombe who was in Goblet of Fire, was it? I don't think it was.
Sure.
But wasn't Harry Seacombe in a double out with Hattie Jakes? Off of.
I don't know. I don't know that much about them. Wasn't Sellers in Casino Royale?
He was in the spoof version, yeah.
Obviously, he was in Pink Panther as well, wasn't he? He played what's his name? Truso.
So. Yeah, okay, Richard Burton and. What else was Richard Burton in? Richard Burton was in. He was in Beckett with Peter O'Toole.
Okay.
Let me think.
Oh, hang on. Was Peter O'Toole in? Why am I thinking Peter O'Toole was in Bridge on the River Kwai?
I don't think he was.
No, was he not?
I don't think so. No.
Can we check that? Is that fine?
Yeah, you can check. You can check.
Because Sellers was in was it the Lady Killers?
With Alec Guinness.
With Alec Guinness, who was in. He was on Bridge.
Well,
let's look at the cast for Bridge. No, Peter O'Toole's not listed. Fuck.
Okay. I think I've got it.
Okay.
Peter O'Toole. Are we accepting theatre?
Yeah, I suppose so. I mean, I'll have to take your word for it, but
Okay. Peter O'Toole staged and starred in a disastrous production of Macbeth, which had Brian Blessed in it.
Okay.
Brian Blessed played Hamlet's father in the Kenneth Branagh version of Hamlet, and his brother was played by oh fuck, what's his name? I'm bad at names. Help me.
I don't know. I need more.
Uh, um, oh fuck.
Who are you saying? Branagh.
Yeah, Kenneth Branagh. Who played Claudius in Kenneth Branagh's Hamlet?
Derek Jacobi.
Derek Jacobi, who was in Vicious with Ian McKellen. So
There we go.
So where have we gone from?
I think you've gone from Ian McKellen to Ian McKellen. I don't think we've connected to.
Did we start with Ian McKellen?
Yes, because the connection we've got is from Ian McKellen to James.
No, Ian
Oh
McKellen.
no, James Mason to Judy Garland.
Yeah, Ian McKellen was in Vicious with Derek Jacobi, who was in Hamlet with Brian Blessed, who was in the stage version of Macbeth with Peter O'Toole, who was in Beckett with Richard Burton, who was in Cleopatra with Elizabeth Taylor, who was in that film about the horse that I forget with Mickey Rooney, who was in various films with Judy Garland, who was in A Star Was Born with James Mason, who was in Lolita with Stanley Kubrick.
So I'm gonna.
There is a quicker way.
There's absolutely going to be a quicker way.
It's what if they?
But we need the starting point to be Lolita, and that's where it gets complicated because so far all the connections that it's doing are quicker connections because they're not counting in as.
But you're not impressed with my.
Okay, if I put James Mason.
I think mine was quite impressive.
Oh my god, it's actually so much quicker.
Oh, okay, go on.
Well, you've got James Mason was in Murder by Decree with John Gielgud.
Gielgud, yeah.
He was in Priest of Love with Ian McKellen.
All right. No,
You've got James Mason was in Heaven Can Wait with Joseph Mayer, who was in The Shadow with Ian McKellen. You've got John Gielgud again. I can't say that name.
Gielgud.
James Mason was in Frankenstein, the true story with Jane Seymour, who was in The Scarlet Pimpernel with Ian McKellen.
All right.
James Mason was in Night of 100 Stars with Danny DeVito, who was in Animal Crackers with Ian McKellen.
Well, I still think my connection was pretty good.
Oh, I'll accept it.
Thank you, I guess.
Ironically, James Mason was in The Man Between with Jeffrey Toone, who in this case is The Man Between because he was also in The Scarlet Pimpernel with Ian McKellen.
So I think we've got the gist of it.
There were so many two connections. A lot of these have had two connections, to be honest with you.
Well, I think I did very well. But
you should be.
Should we do another one? That was a good hard one that we had to think about.
Yeah. Go on then. You pick first because I picked.
Okay. Shall we do? It's a good obscure. Leonard Nimoy.
Leonard Nimoy.
Yeah.
Oh, crikey. Give me uno momento. I'm going to go with Lee Mack.
Gosh, well done. So, Lee Mack was in Not Going Out.
That is correct.
Unless, do you want to count panel shows? It seems only fair since I counted theatre.
Let's see if we can avoid it.
Okay. I mean, Miranda Hart was in Not Going Out way back, wasn't she? Tommy Ball, is that his name? He was in Not Going Out.
I'm going to level you. I realise if we do TV shows, we're going to be in a big problem because Lee Mack has been in so many panel shows that it's going to be ridiculous. Like, think about Would I Lie to You and stuff like that.
Well, I can think of it's very easy if you do Would I Lie to You because Harry Shearer was on an episode of Would I Lie to You, who does voice work for The Simpsons for which Leonard Nimoy guest starred in that episode about the monorail.
Yeah, yeah, he was indeed. So it's it's actually a lot easier than you'd think, isn't it, if you include that? Yeah, I was thinking Lee Mack would be incredibly difficult, but actually,
Well, it is if you discount what I liked the panel shows. So
it seems he's only actually. It seems Lee Mack's only actually been in 2 movies.
was he in Run for Your Wife? Because every fucker was in.
It's not coming up with that. I don't
No,
know if he
okay.
actually was or not. He was in. I'm going to see if you can get to this. Get to Leonard Nimoy from this. He was in Horrible Histories, the movie - Rotten Romans,
Okay.
and he was also in Beauty and the Beast, a comic relief pantomime for Christmas.
Well, I'm not entirely familiar with either one of those.
No, I can't remember who this person is. I know their name, but I can't think who she is.
Earthquake must be.
Of course.
So Horrible Histories. And you want me to get to Leonard Nimoy?
Apparently, yeah. That's who you picked.
And you know what the connection is?
I can see a connection right now, and I knew the name of the woman that connects them. There is one connection. There is one person
Who is connected to both of them?
to both of them.
Is it via Star Trek?
It does go through Star Trek, yes. It's specifically Star Trek 6, The Undiscovered Country.
Okay. Is it What's Her Face from Sex and the City?
Kim Cattrall?
Yeah.
It is.
Okay.
But nicely done. She was in the Horrible Histories movie.
Right.
There's other connections. There's
No.
you've got apparently Beauty and the Beast, the pantomime. Jeff Goldblum was in it, and it also had Invasion of the Body Snatchers. As Jeff Goldblum was in Invasion of the Body Snatchers with Leonard Nimoy, apparently.
Right.
I don't.
I mean, there's been a fair few adaptations. I mean, there's 2 items up there.
It's the 1979 version of it, which had
Yeah.
it was the original, I think, the Donald Sutherland one.
No, the Invasion of the Body Snatchers, the original, I think, was in the 50s.
Really? No, I thought it was better than that.
I think that one was in the 80s. I think I saw on Twitter.
No, this one was 79. So.
Yeah, but the one with Donald Sutherland was in the 80s, I think.
No, it was 79.
Oh, right, okay.
I'm literally looking at it right now, that's why I said it.
There might have been a later one then, because I remember seeing quite recently that there's a really good Invasion of the Body Snatchers film that nobody knows too much about.
Invasion of the Body Snatchers. See, this is saying that it was 78, which is ridiculous. Because it's 78 on one website, 79 on the other. You've got The Body Snatchers, a 1954 story.
It'll be a release date thing, won't it?
There's an Invasion of the Body Snatchers from 1956.
It'll be a US and a UK release date, or a European release date, I would imagine.
Oh, maybe if I go on here, it might be. No. There's a 54. Where have you got it? Yeah, there's a 56 film and there is a 78 film, and it's not necessarily. Oh, here we go. There's a 93 and a 2007, but neither of those are properly titled. And arguably, The World's End is a body snatching style film, but it's a very different.
I guess.
Right, have we got time for 2 more people?
No. Well, I mean, we've been going for almost 2 hours.
Really?
Yes, this has gone well over what I expected. I thought I'd be done by now. I don't think Earthquake is in here. I'm gonna.
Are you telling me that we've come here for no reason?
No, we have to do this to progress through the game.
Oh, that's something.
So
then.
it's an important thing. I didn't just piss about.
Christ, it's 9 o'clock.
Right, I've got the escape rope. So let me escape. Oh fuck. I'll escape. I feel like I'm looking right at it. I'm not, am I? It's up here. Right. I'll escape. And I'll fly us to the next place we need to go from. And my poor little baby friends are poorly, so we'll heal and we'll call it a night on Blazing Emerald. It's a bit of a longer episode this time. I am getting keen to get through this now because I'm quite keen to move on to other things, if I'm really honest.
Oh well.
So we'll save it, and it's nighty night times. Thanks for watching if you did. Thanks. Bye.
Bye, people.
Bye.